Oh, that's it. Is that all of them? I believe it is. No one else? Yep. That's all. There's no other quizzes out, right? No. Okay. Okay, I need to be the only one speaking right now. Okay, let's do a quick rewind of Act 2, Scene 1. It begins with Benita wearing and what and listening to what? She's like at the house. Yeah, patience.
She has on African outfit that
Yeah.
George gave her.
Yeah. It was actually, it wasn't George. Asaga.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asaga. And then she was going to wear it to go out with George,
Mhm.
and she cut off her hair.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh, there's like the music, right? And Walter stumbles in, right? But what happens? Is he maybe drunk?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, probably. Yeah. He's like, oh, what's he like a Weemoe and all that.
Yeah, he's like making fun of her.
Or yeah, or he's just whatever. He's really getting into it, and yeah. But yeah, exactly. She's headed for the Benita's headed on a date, like you said, with George, right?
Yeah.
And where were they going?
To the play.
Yep, the theater. Yep, and you kind of tapped into a little bit of it, but so what happened with Benny's hair? Other people. Let's hear a couple other people. Like, what's new with Benita's hair?
I don't think she cut it off. I think she stopped taking care of it so it would be natural.
Okay.
Yeah, it wasn't straight.
Yeah, so it would be essentially what we probably call today like an afro. Yeah. What are the reactions from all the people? Yeah.
Walter definitely didn't see it as a good thing. He was kind
Yeah,
of making
yeah.
fun of her for it, but George said he liked it.
Yeah. Okay. So there's kind of mixed reactions, right?
Yeah.
From some other people. What do we remember about this conversation between Walter and George?
He called.
Okay, let's start with someone else who's just very on it. Yeah, Monica. Oh, Chelsea. Sorry. I don't know why.
George called him Prometheus because he's like.
Yeah, but no, I'm talking about even before that. They're talking about one of the first things that comes up. They're talking about going to the theater and New York, and doesn't Walter say he's been to New York plenty of times, right? And we know that's not true, right? Phaedra?
I think Walter was making fun of him because George has the dream, probably of what he wanted to be when he got over there, but never accomplished it.
Yeah, that's interesting. The fact that you also your hand up, Letitia, right?
Yeah.
About that conversation, right?
Yeah.
What struck?
Walter, he kept getting mad because of college.
Oh, yeah.
Talking about how you think you all this because you go to college and not all
Yeah.
this and all that.
He's very specifically about quote unquote colored college students, right? And he's even saying something really derogatory about his white shoes. Remember that? Caitlin, do you remember anything else about that conversation? What? Not really. Okay. Anybody else? Okay, let's go. Prometheus. Someone else I haven't heard from today. He calls him as he's walking out. He calls him Prometheus. And George or Walter doesn't know who Prometheus is, but I explained who Prometheus was. And anybody else who has it? Yeah, Skylar. Who was Prometheus first?
He was this guy. He gave fire to the mortals.
So he was a little more than just a guy. He was a Greek titan, right?
Yeah.
And he stole the fire from the Greek gods and gave it to the humans. And what happened to him?
He was sentenced to be chained and have an eagle peck at his liver.
An eagle was pecking at his liver for all eternity. And like I said, what would happen at the end of the day? His liver would grow back. And what do we know about Walter and maybe something that might be affecting his liver? Yes, need to.
He drinks a lot.
He drinks a lot, and that's one of the big things. If you're a chronic alcoholic, you can have liver failure. Anything else, Jacob, you want to add? And also the whole thing about sort of Prometheus gave man fire, and what does Walter essentially want to give to man with the store? Liquor. Yeah, which that's kind of the interesting symbolism in that, and how it can also be destructive and whatnot. And also during that act, there's sort of a touching moment between Ruth and Walter, right? Remember, it's like they're very reflective about how things were at the beginning of their marriage compared to where they are, some, 10 to 15 years later. What did they talk about their dreams? Yes, Lakeisha.
They were talking about how at the beginning, like Walter was like, I hate you, and he don't know why he ever married her. And then Ruth, she responds like, do you want some coffee, some hot milk?
Yeah.
And then he's like, why you always like offering me this? I don't want that. And she's like, you're drunk. You need something
Yeah.
hot in your stomach. And then they're like, what happened? Our marriage used to be like this.
Yeah. What was their marriage like? What were the kinds of dreams they had when they first married? When they first got married. Yes. There you
I
go.
remember they were saying like when Travis was like little, they used to be like a happy family, and they used to like talk and like be close, and now they're just not.
Did they have a dream of maybe owning a home? Yeah, absolutely. Alec, yeah.
I looked it up and that's what I was gonna say, that they had a dream of getting their own house.
That's like every married couple's dream, isn't it? To have enough living space where you can have a family and you don't have to, ideally you don't want to have your child have to sleep in your, essentially your parents' couch, right? So, yeah, it's very, very heartbreaking, reflective moment in the play. Okay, and the big thing of that act is Mama comes home, or that scene, Mama comes home, and she tells everyone what she put a down payment for. And what was it?
A house.
A house. Yeah, Jacob. What do we know about, first, who does she tell? Jacob, who's the first person she tells? She bought a house. You remember? Does anybody remember? Yeah.
Travis.
Renee, yeah. And doesn't she just say, essentially, what does she say about the house?
And the backyard. And a window.
Yeah,
Some
lots
light,
of windows,
a lot
yep.
of windows.
And also, Asha, do you remember what she tells Travis about how someday this house will? Yeah, that's what you're gonna say, right?
Yeah.
And that's just got to be, sort of like a big, burden on your shoulders lifted, knowing that you will have a home to call your own as you become old.